Hello YouTube and welcome to another Free Friday Breaks video. Every Friday here at Free Friday Breaks we give away free cards, but you're not here for that. You're here to learn how we ship some cards. So let's get right into it. We're going to go over the do's and don'ts of shipping cards. So some people say they want to ship Michael Chavis here, right? Somebody likes this Michael Chavis. So I've seen people just take this Michael Chavis in this soft sleeve and slide him right into an envelope. Don't do that. I've seen people take Michael Chavis, sleeve him up, and throw him in that envelope. I've even seen people take poor Michael Chavis, put him on this card here, grab a big fat roll of duct tape, put it on Michael Chavis, slam him in an envelope, and send him to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Today, we're going to ship Jorge. We're going to show you how to ship Jorge. So, what you want to do, of course, get a soft sleeve. We've been talking about this on the channel. I hope everybody's doing it. But when you put Jorge in this sleeve and you try to get him in, see how he clips? He clips the sleeve right there. Now you're just dinging up that bottom edge or that corner as he hits the corner going in. So all you have to do to prevent that is clip the corner on that sleeve, and then when you put him in, he slides right in. Jorge's in a sleeve. Now you hard sleeve him, because if you're shipping cards that aren't worth putting in a hard sleeve, guys, I don't know why you're shipping the card. It's probably not even worth your time unless it's a gift or whatever else. But put him in a hard sleeve. If he's worth sending the mail, somebody wants him, take care of him. Alright, so now Jorge is in his sleeve and you need to keep him there. Now there's a lot of different ways to go here. All of them are wrong. Let's just go that. I've seen people take a card and they'll take some Scotch tape and they put it over the top like this, right? And that's fine, but then when you get it, you're clawing at this tape and this card. Like, I can't even get that off. And I just put it on. It hasn't been exposed to any heat or anything else. So this drives people nuts. Now I got a knife near this card I just bought and I got to cut it, right? And now I got to get it out over this rough edge and the sticky surface. Don't do that. And we got, other people are taking duct tape and putting duct tape on them, right? All right, and same thing. Now I got to claw at this card I just bought to get now I got to pull on it. Man. And now the sleeve is sticky. People don't like sticky sleeves. I don't really care about sticky sleeves. I care that I just beat up that card that I just bought from you. I've seen other people take Scotch tape. This is one of my favorites. And they put it across this way, which is just bizarre to me. Right? Now, this, it's not easy to get off. The card can move around. The whole purpose when you're shipping a card, this thing is going to get bumped around. The card is going to move. Look at that. There's no hope for this poor card to make it to you in pristine condition. And then when you get it, you got to peel all this off or cut it out or get the jaws of life or whatever you're going to do to extract it. That's bad too. Please don't do that. The way to go, the way to ship cards, painter's tape. This roll is almost gone, but painter's tape. It's literally a couple of dollars for a roll. It's 100 feet or more. It'll cost you pennies to use painter's tape. Maybe even less. Definitely less than duct tape. Now when you're using painter's tape, you don't want to take a little tiny piece. I've seen people do this too, right? And they just go like this. Like the amount of tape you just used is, what it cost you, 1/10 of a cent. Again, you want to keep this card from moving around when it ships. And this tiny little piece of tape is not going to be able to do that. So, Jorge here is going to get the right treatment. I'm going to take a piece of painter's tape, a reasonable piece. Remember, this probably cost us 1/2 cent. Fold it over like that. So we got a little tab. Put it on the back. Pull it a little bit tight. A little bit tight. Pull it down. Now, as you can see, this is pinched. So when Jorge ships, he might move a little bit, but he's not going to move like banging around in there. And the tighter you pull that, of course, the better he is. Now, when somebody gets him, they have this little pull tab, so you're not clawing at your card, and the painter's tape comes right off. Jorge made it safely. You just made a sale, and you don't have to fight with somebody over returning poor Jorge, which costs way more than the tape that you tried to save while you were doing it. So say Jorge here, it's actually Jorge. I'm sending him to somebody, and he's not a real high value card. Well, I pick up these envelopes from Target or whatever, or online. They come in all kinds of fun colors, and they also come with little cards. Now I used up all my cards, so I cut some white ones out of cardstock, but you can use the ones that come with it. But of course, I used 2 for every envelope, so I ran out. So, take my cardstock, take a piece of painter's tape, make a circle out of it so it's double-sided, put it down. Jorge gets slapped right on top of that. And then he gets another one right on top. This goes right on him. Now I have shipped hundreds to thousands of cards this way. And he goes right in his envelope. I've had one card not make it successfully to his destination. And the feedback I got on that card was it was wet and the card was warped, probably because it got wet. Now, I am not in the habit of shipping wet cards, and I hope none of you are either. Obviously something happened to that in transit, and you know, it just would have been nice to get a heads up from the eBay guy before he did that. But that's the way you ship Jorge, regular old Jorge. Now, say this was one of one Jorge, and you really got to protect him. I usually do it for a card more than $5 to $8. If something happens to it, I'm going to be sad that I have to replace it. Then you cut yourself 2 pieces of cardboard, at least as large as the card. Doesn't even have to be that much bigger. This one is about the same size. It doesn't matter. You're just trying to protect the card. You take those double-sided loops you made of painter's tape. Keep in mind you still have your little pull tab here, and you seal them up good. Put them on one piece of cardboard, same way you did with the lighter cardstock for the cheapie card. Both sides. Slap that on top. Now Jorge's safe, but you got to keep Jorge in there. So what we're going to do is get some painter's tape. I already made my little pull tab on it, and we're just going to lock them in there, just like this. All the way around, 4 sides. Remember, this card, we don't want to replace this card. We want this card to make it to its destination safely. I've done this with cards worth hundreds of dollars to cards worth $5. The cardboard, I'm sure your wife, your sister, your daughter, whoever, has 1,000 Amazon boxes you can cut up. It takes no time at all. So that's an easy way to get the cardboard. Then I ship in bubble mailers. I believe these cost me about 10 to 11 cents a piece, maybe, something like that, or not even that much, I'm not sure. But I just slide them on in, and Jorge is off to his destination safely. I've never had a card shipped this way get damaged. Again, the only card I've ever had got damaged was wet. I don't ship wet cards. So, all right, that's how you ship one card. But say you got a whole stack of cards. All right, stack of cards. I got all these score football I got to get to somebody. I ship a lot of stacks of cards on our free Fridays when somebody wins a blaster box. So I got to figure out how to ship it. And that gets us to team bags. Team bags, people love team bags. And we should even talk about team bags for single cards. Let's just have a whole segment on team bags here. I don't like team bags. I'll show you why. Dansby here goes in the team bag. And because people don't want to put tape on poor Dansby here, they're just going to seal him up. Because they don't want to get the top loader sticky. So they put him in there. Now poor Dansby is just going to get rocked the whole way. I mean, every time that package, poor Dansby is going for a ride, man. There's no way this card gets to its destination in the shape that it was put in there. And that's why card grading services ask you to put in card savers. because the card can't really move that much. You can't just slide a top loader in a team bag. It's fine to store it this way if you want to keep your top loader in good shape, but please don't ship them this way. You gotta tape it. You have to tape it to keep it from moving a little bit. All right, so that is singles team bags. When you have a stack of cards and you put it in a team bag, this whole stack can move. And every time the stack is moving, all these little corners are getting rubbed, and you just can't really protect them, like the whole pile. It's okay. I mean, you can tape this up pretty good if you really want to. You can hopefully use painter's tape and tape the sides and pull it real tight to keep it from moving, but it still doesn't offer that much protection to these corners. So team bags, I'm not big on team bags. What I do is I take a thick card sleeve, right? They're just like regular card sleeves, but they say thick on them. And I take the whole stack and I slide it in there. And I do that a couple of times. So this cost me 5 thick soft sleeves. I don't know what that is, but I got to tell you that it's not that much. A couple of cents. Now, what I do is I take these, and you got to have some way to protect them. I'll take top loader, same way we did before. Put a loop, a double-sided loop, drop them right on there. All right. Well, before we do that, we want to take a piece of painter's tape and we want to seal them up just like we would a top loader. Now, painter's tape, as it's made to come off of walls and paint, you could actually put this on a card and peel it off. We're not going to do that because we're not in the business of damaging cards, which you could do, I suppose. But if you put that right over the top like that, it's not going to hurt anything. It's just not going to hurt it. So we're going to do that on both sides with our little tabs. Like that. And then we're going to take it and put it on our top loader. Take another top loader, put it on top. Now we'll take some more painter's tape, because we like painter's tape here, and we'll do the same thing we did to the single. But when you do this, you want to pull it fairly tight. You're not going to hurt the cards. You just want to make sure that this thing doesn't move around too much. Right? Okay? You can do this all 4 ways around, or 3, or whatever. You just, again, you're using pennies worth of tape here. May seem like a lot to the guy who's just using that one little piece, but this is going to make it to its destination. And again, why am I shipping cards if I don't care how it gets there? Now this is protected on all sides. It's not moving. These corners are protected by these soft sleeves, not a team bag. You could even drop all these soft sleeves into a team bag if you wanted to. Doesn't really matter. Now, what I do, take some bubble wrap, wrap it up, and I take a blaster box, any old blaster box, it doesn't matter. Some of the blaster boxes have little partitions inside where they held the packs. Those ones aren't ideal for this. You really want a wide open one. Most of them are wide open. Open them up. Take this. I'll usually tape this up on the bottom too. I'm not going to do it for the sake of time here. And then the top. This goes right over like that. I folded that underneath the tab, and then I tape this whole thing up. And when I'm done, it looks like this. Right? Now I have all those in soft sleeves, top loaders protecting them, taped up the box, right? Address right on here on a Sharpie, right? Ready to go. Shipping a box like this, depending on how far you're going to ship it, will cost you between $4.50 and $5.50. So you can take that into account when you're shipping it. If you try to do anything cheaper than this, there are free boxes you can get at the post office, but generally they're flat rate, and you're going to end up paying more than this. This is the most protected, cheapest way to send a box that I found and keep it safe. So guys, that is how you ship a single and how you ship a big stack of cards. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations. You know how to ship them the right way. And every Friday we do a live stream. We give away free cards. So come on out, check it out, and get some for yourself. Thanks for watching.